What's up, people? It says we're live.
I think you need to print this a little bit bigger, dude.
I printed it at 100%, okay? You mister, I have big printers. I can do it bigger.
I got a huge head. Huge. Huge. Sad part is it fits on your head.
I know. I know.
Go ahead, put it on.
I will.
You got a small head, dude.
I know. I'm aware. Like I said, this is not intended for actually so much wearing as much as just hanging it up on the wall because it looks cool.
What fun is it if you can't wear it?
Well, I don't know if it fits Ashley's head or not because that's who it's designed. That's who it's for. I just printed it up at 100% scale.
It'll probably fit.
It'll.
Put it on
Hey.
the table.
Yeah. Yes.
Put it over there.
Just out of shot.
There we go.
There we go.
There we go.
Well, we got 5 people watching.
Sweet.
So,
5 people more than usual.
oh, I'm already getting questions about the helmet. Oh, great. So, Hunz is asking, I'm really sorry. I know I'm saying your name wrong, so please don't hate me. He was asking, what did I print this on? Actually, it's printed in 2 pieces. You can see the seam line in there. I did this on my Ultimaker 2. I actually have tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. on my channel the video part 1 talking about how I did this dropping. So that should be pretty fun.
You're dropping the helmet?
I'm dropping the video on part 1 of that.
Okay. There we go.
There we go. So I want to say if I'm a little bit out of it, guys, it's because I've got absolutely no sleep because sadly there was the shooting in Thousand Oaks where I'm from, and then half the area seems to be on fire right now. Stayed up way too late last night keeping eyeballs on where the fire was, and I'll show you guys a little bit later in the stream why I was so concerned because of where it was burning relative to where my grandmother's now living.
Yeah.
Thankfully, my family's okay, but there's a lot of people I know out there who are directly affected by the fire, may or may not have lost their homes. So all I can say is my heartfelt condolences to my hometown of Thousand Oaks for everything that's happened.
Yeah. And
honestly, I'm going to be down there next week, and I think it's going to be eerie driving through there, seeing all the areas that burn, because it's just, it never happens that it burns that far into Thousand Oaks ever. I mean, this is unprecedented. If it wasn't literally, if it was not for a freeway, my parents would have probably had to have evacuated last night.
Yeah.
But thankfully it was a freeway. Thankfully they didn't. But yeah, it was bad. I was showing Jimmy some photos of it earlier, and it's like a war zone out there.
Teresa, take some drugs. Yeah, here he goes. He's taking some drugs.
There's caffeine in this supposedly, but it's not doing anything because I literally got less than 4 hours of sleep, so I am a complete and utter zombie.
Yeah, he's been working on this helmet all day long. While I was working on my brakes, he was working on the helmet.
Literally all day long. It was in 2 pieces. I glued it together. I filler primered it with Rust-Oleum high build filler. Then I stuck it together. Then I put some Elmer's wood filler on it. Then I put more filler primer and I sanded it. And it's a lot of work to get to this point. And I'll be perfectly honest, this will not be like a Bill Duran Punished Props, like uber amazing quality print. I'll be perfectly honest, but it's going to look nice for what it is.
It looks pretty good.
It looks pretty good. I am going to go over it. You guys can't really see it. It's a little bit rough. I am going to go over it though and just wet sand it a little bit because the filler primer loves wet sanding. You can get it really smooth, really fast. I just want to give it a quick wet sand to try and smooth out like the seam and whatnot so it's not as visible. I think a couple of coats of paint and it'll be good. Good enough.
Might throw a little bit of Bondo on it, huh?
Technically that's what the wood filler is.
Is it?
Yeah, it actually sands really nice. That's why I like it.
Cool.
Yeah, Teresa, for sure. And the thing is, being that I know so many people down there, and I actually saw a few Instagram stories of friends who were saying that they pretty much just had to throw things in their car and go. And then they were showing like, oh my gosh.
Did you?
No. I'm blaming the mic. No, so it's one thing to see a fire happen somewhere and be like, wow, that's sad. And it's another to see the fire happen and be like, wait, I know people in that oh shoot.
I know.
That's when it hits home that this is not good. So, I mean, my parents literally stayed up all last night. Like every hour they went outside just to double check nothing had caught on fire because there were embers blowing in. And I'm just like, oh man, that is messed up.
Yeah, it is.
So let me see if I can call up a few photos from it really quick. Dig up the
Can you make that full screen?
I will.
What about you?
Let me try. But then I can't get into
just double click the picture, right? There you go.
Well, that zooms it.
Well, that's better than nothing.
Wait, I can. There we go. Now let me put it on screen share.
There you go.
Sorry, guys. The tired and technology are not getting along.
Plus, you're on my computer, so it's a little bit different.
Thank you. That does not help. I want this stupid. I'm not going to play nice. Okay, we're going to look at the map. The map coming up on the screen.
You already have the map open, don't you?
Yeah, but it's not letting me select that as an option. No, I don't think it's showing up on the screen. No, it's not.
Ah.
Jerk.
That's weird.
Okay, I'll tweet the photos out later, guys. I got them on a thumb drive. When I get on my laptop, I'll figure it out. But yeah, it was, thank you. It was pretty bad. Yeah, no, you guys down there, down under with eucalyptus trees, when you guys get fires, it makes our fires look like, oops, somebody's trash can lit on fire. Not to downplay our fires, but those fires down there are just terrifying. I can only imagine. So yeah, you guys need to come out here and teach us, or we need to go there and learn, or I don't know, something. But no, I mean, extreme amount of respect to the firefighters who had to deal with the mass shooting incident, which is really tragic and quite scary because my sister and a lot of friends that I know go to that location. Thankfully, they were not there that night. And then having right afterwards deal with a massive fire is just, it's a very unfortunate series of events. So it's definitely kind of put a damper on things lately. But sadly, that's just the way things go sometimes.
So, anything happy happened recently?
The helmet. Okay, that's good. No, also a nice thing is tomorrow is our last model train work session before our show in Richmond on. It's the week of Thanksgiving. I'm driving back up on Black Friday, which is our setup day. Yeah. Saturday and that Sunday, we're going to be in Richmond, California, and I'll tweet out about that. So if anybody wants to go, sorry I can't get you in for free, but if you want to meet up and say hi and check out train stuff, you're more than welcome to come out.
He'll leave the back door open. Just don't say who did it.
Quite, yeah.
I don't know how that rock got kicked in between the door jam.
I don't know how that crushed that body shell out there. It just happened to be there. I don't know. No, yeah. So if you guys, I'm definitely going to be bringing some of my train stuff. It's kind of just haven't had any time to work on it, but I'll bring out what I've got, show it off. Definitely going to bring some of my little lanterns to sell potentially. Maybe.
Nice.
Yes, I need to get those for sale.
You haven't hooked up with the LEDs yet?
I'm actually going to be doing that hopefully on Saturday morning before the show starts, wiring them up into my friend Scott's little building, hooking him up to a little battery unit and just leaving it there so we have something to show the lights running throughout the show, which I think will look really cool.
That's cool.
Then he also has a couple inside his train that he's hopefully going to have running, but we'll see.
We have a 3D printer running right here on the table. Hopefully it's not transmitting through the microphone. It looks like it's... Get a little hair off of there. It looks like it's canceling it out. So if you guys are hearing something, that's probably that 3D printer that's running.
Yeah, we've got, let's see, we have the A10M running off camera working on a dual color print right now. And then I've also got
G-Tech, this brings me to a little point. Could you please send him his own A10M because he's using mine up all the time.
I do genuinely feel bad about it. I pretty much come down. I'm like, Jimmy, can I use the A10M? Yes.
Sure.
Can I borrow the A10M for my Thanksgiving trip?
Sure.
He's just doing it because.
And then he's like, oh, can I go ahead and take it tonight? Sure.
I do genuinely feel bad, though, that I'm like, constantly using the thing. I genuinely feel bad, and I'm not just
No, you don't. You enjoy it. No, I'm glad you're using it because that's at least it's giving a good shakedown.
Yeah, and honestly, doing a 12 to 14 hour long print is, especially a dual color print, nothing taxes a machine like that.
Yeah, it looks like you finally have the retraction settings set right.
Yes, thank you.
I don't see the little strings going all over the place. Like
There's still strings, but it's not as bad as before.
Can you send me the CR10? I wished I had a CR10.
It has the A30 that's
have the A30 over there
that sometimes mysteriously stalls out.
You know what? I saw a thing where the software update, the latest software update, will fix the pausing problem. So I'm going to throw that on the table once you get done with this. I'm probably going to throw that up on the table, do a software update on it, and then hopefully try a really long print.
Do like a Darth Vader helmet?
Well, that's what I want to do. I think I can. Can I fit a whole helmet on there, or would I have to do it in two halves? I have to do it in two halves.
We'll use this guy.
Well, that's not big enough.
Well, it's a test to give us an idea. You might have to break it. Yeah, you might be able to get away with it in one piece.
Yeah, because I just need to make it wider.
Yeah.
Yeah, that might work.
Because I mean, you could even.
Dude, it got dusty over there. That's only been over there for what, 2-3 weeks? That's how dusty this room is. It's horrible.
Oh, and it's also, oh, dude, that's nasty. It's like stuck on there. Oh, ugh.
I got some Roman alcohol around here. I'll get it off there.
Yes, totally need to clean that off. It's probably excess magic goo. Aunt Nancy says.
No, I didn't put magic goo on that.
Whatever's on there is nasty.
Uh-oh.
Aunt Nancy says you need to print a chess set.
Yes, I do.
That'd be a really good A10M project for the board.
She wants me to print some of these very detailed ones, which for the resin printer, it'd be no problem at all.
Yeah.
But for these, it's kind of a... But I definitely need to try it.
I'll put it this way. If I can eventually pry the Moai out of Scott's hands and I can get it set up down here, we can totally do the chess set on there.
Speaking of Moai, what's this you had to order a part?
Oh, Scott's going to love me.
And what's this I saw on Twitter? Something about it costing you some, or somebody's wanting to charge you an extra amount?
Oh, this is fun. So here's what happens, guys. My buddy Scott, who's gracious enough to hold onto my Moai, he's been running out engines for a train project he's working on that eventually will be shown on the show. We've decided not to do videos that are going public about it yet because we wanted to make sure we had everything lined up. So just in case people did want to buy one as a kit, they could do so. But going back, the thing is, he was running out some engine models. He knows what he's doing with the machine. He doesn't know how to program it or things like that, but he knows how to take the tray out, take the parts off, put it back in, press go. He ran low on resin. So I told him, yeah, you can go fill it up. But what he accidentally did, and I totally understand his mistake, is he overfilled the tank.
That's easy to do, honestly, because I almost did that whenever I was working with Curtis's printer. I almost did that. And I was like, hey, no, I'll leave it below the line. Does yours still have the line that says do not fill above this line?
Yeah.
He filled it above that line?
Yeah. Also, the problem is the machine's sitting slightly cockeyed. So when you make it say it's at the fill line here, the back is going to be overflowing.
Right.
Now, one thing I will say that I'm actually tempted to look into doing for my resin vats is looking into a way to make like a little glue-on piece that's 3D printed that acts as like a little whoops shield. So just in case you overfill it, you can't like fill the vat up all the way with resin. Yeah. But the idea is it acts like a whoops shield. So it gives you some extra space if you have to, say you have to intentionally overfill your tank.
Somebody's totally going to make a GIF out of this video.
You know my mom's watching this probably, right? If she's not sleeping for 2 hours of sleep.
And she's thinking, what is Calvin doing?
No, but the idea is if you have to overfill the tank for a large print, it gives you a little bit of wiggle room. But what happened is the resin overflowed.
Craig's got it right. How about just doing it right instead of doing a whoop shield? How you doing, Greg? Thanks for joining.
Good point, Greg. How's it going?
Valid point. By the way, did I ever tell you that Greg is great?
No.
Okay.
Now I know. No, but the idea is, in the event of a whoopsie like that, you're protected. Yeah. Or say you are doing a large print that requires a lot of resin and you're not going to be around to constantly monitor it. gives you a little bit of wiggle room. But no, what happened is the resin overflowed like a little volcano or something. And then the resin accidentally got into the PMZ motor, which is the one that takes the vat and it tilts it for the peel action.
Yeah.
And it probably gummed it up. So Scott goes, yeah, it kind of doesn't work. I'm like, okay, great. So I pretty much quickly figured out, along with help from Mark over at Pia Poly, he's like, yeah, that's probably gummed up at this point. You're going to need a new one. I'm like, okay, my friend Scott was like, I screwed it up. I'll pay for the replacement. Don't worry about it. I'm like, okay. So I emailed Matter Hackers that day, and I also tweeted out about it. And about a day and a half later, I'm checking my emails and I go, oh, Matter Hackers got back. Cool. Wait, what? So here's the way it works. Matter Hackers goes, yes, we can get you that part, but it'll be $35. I'm like, okay, $35 for the motor is not too bad. It is a custom motor for the job. No big deal. Not the end of the world. But there's also an $18 special order fee, and it'll take about 3 weeks lead time. And I'm sitting there like reading that like, wait, you're kidding me, right? You guys are Matter Hackers, home of free shipping in like 2 to 3 days to get your package. What do you mean $18 special order fee to call up Mark and go, hey, Mark, can we get another motor? I'm like, no. So I asked Mark, he goes, yeah, I got it for sale on my website. I'm like, done. He goes, I'll send it out to you quick as well. I'm like, double done. So
Man.
Mark wanted $35 for the motor, which is fair. Then he wanted $15 EMS shipping from China to the States, which is fair as well.
There's your $18.
Exactly. Well, here's the thing. I know getting it from Mark, it's not going to take up to 3 weeks to get my motor.
No.
It's probably going to take at most a week.
In all honesty, they're just covering themselves because you don't know with the delay in shipping and everything.
Yeah.
Because let's face it, right now, with everything, the political climate and all that, there's huge delays at the ports.
Oh, yeah.
So,
and it's fair. And don't get me wrong, I totally understand. But the thing that made no sense to me is it's like selling a printer, but then saying, oh, I fried a stepper. What do you mean you don't have one sitting around? That's the thing that annoys me is I don't get why Matter Hackers, which is like the only USA distributor of that machine, does not have spare parts on hand. That's the part that annoys me.
well, there's another possibility. Maybe there's so many of them that actually go out that they have run out of them.
True. But what I'm saying is I would think that they would have spare parts on hand. I would think. Because I know that the machine comes as a kit.
Yeah.
You just set one kit aside as the parts kit, and you leave that there. And then when you get more parts in to put it back together as kit, or you just leave it like that. Because, somebody's panel gets cracked. They're sent a wrong length extrusion bar. Their galvo unit, they nuke it in resin. I don't know.
Maybe they don't have them on hand. Maybe they have to order them.
Who knows? I mean, I'm not saying that I know their situation or not. But what I am saying is it was a little bit surprising that they were going to tack on an $18 fee to do that. And I'm like, no, I'm good.
That's Dave and Myra, man. Come on, just lighten up.
No.
They're good friends.
No.
Dude,
No, I'm just telling it as it is, all right?
I want to help them next time to beat your...
Oh!
Come on, Dave, let's do it. Let's just take care of business.
and don't get me wrong, guys. I'm not trying to totally trash Matter Hackers here. They're not a horrible company.
No, they're not.
But at the
They're
same
good people.
time, I was just a little bit surprised by that, but not in a good way.
Maybe they didn't expect somebody screwed up.
That is a valid point, Greg, and that is a valid point. Although I will say
There is a line.
I know, but let's put it this way though: things do fail. And the fact that Mark sells spare Z motors and spare tray motors and spare tray,
Of course,
parts.
because he manufactures them. He's got them right there.
Yeah, but I'm just saying it's surprising that the distributor, at least on their website, does not carry the spare parts. That's the only. It's like
Well-
you going to the dealership for your Nissan and them going, yeah, sorry, we're gonna have to order those parts from Japan or wherever they make the thing.
Okay, now in all fairness, now that you bring that up, okay, the new Volvo. Okay, it's a 2018 Volvo. The other day we called up, was it AutoZone? We called up O'Reilly, and we called up Napa. Those three places, none of them had an oil filter for that car. You know who did?
Who?
The Volvo dealer in Monterey.
Really?
30 mile there, 30 miles back in order to get that job done.
Wow.
For a $14, $15 filter. Yeah. And so, once again, not necessarily the ones who you would think would have the parts.
Yeah.
And they can get you the part, but guess where they're going to get the part from?
Yeah, no. And don't get me wrong. I mean, the one thing I will also say is the Moai has been out for how long? Matter Hackers has been
2 years.
Yeah, Matter Hackers has been carrying it for at least a year. I know for a fact. At least.
Well, so yeah, it's been a year since we built the
Curtis's. Yeah,
it's been about a year. Yeah.
And I got mine about 6 to 9 months ago, I think. Something like that.
Man.
Yeah. So what I'm saying is, it's just a little bit surprising that it's been out for that long, and yet they don't knowingly have spare parts on hand.
Yeah.
So whatever. I mean, it was just a little bit disappointing, but I was glad that Mark was able to hook me up because he totally understands I'm really busy, and now all of a sudden I've got everybody in the mall treating me going, "Hey, you got a resin printer, and ship was a little bit pricey. Would you be willing to print these out for me for a fee?" And I'm like, "Yeah, but my printer's broken." "Oh, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. When it gets up and running," and I'm like, "Done."
And then when you buy your resin, you figure out you didn't charge enough. That's the reason why Shapeways charge so much.
Well, I'll put it this way: on tiny models, the amount of resin actually used is very small.
Yes, like Greg says, Calvin, just let it go.
No, I can't, Greg.
Take a deep breath. Go. Did you flip me off again?
No, I was doing this.
Oh, okay.
Oh my god!
This is what your son flips me off all the time. Stop it!
I learned from Beth. Don't worry.
I will beat you. Let's see what I got down here. Oh no, I got to charge that up.
Oh my god! Oh man, I'm crashing fast, but I say we keep it going to 8:45. And
Is your print working all right down there?
Yeah.
Oh, that's some name that's popping up down there.
It's the name popping up down there,
Okay.
which is annoying, but
Yeah, there's also another 3D printer down by his foot.
And then I have another one.
That's the reason why my shelf looks so empty.
I know.
No, that's good.
Literally, we have the 810M running, we have the 810, and then we have the Ultimaker 2 in the shed, in the camper.
I can't wait to do my video on the TiVo Tornado.
What the heck happened to that thing? It used to be kicking butt on the, well, it was doing okay on the
It was
tape
doing
holders.
really good. Did really good, and then
It kind of went.
Yeah.
It has issues.
It had issues. It's better now, but although I don't understand that, all I can figure is because of the drivers. That's all I can figure on that. Did you see it?
Yeah, I saw it. I mean,
Go ahead, say what you were thinking just now. I already know what you're thinking.
That's a lot of Z-wobble.
No, that's not what you're thinking.
I'm not going there.
You said something about ribbed for your pleasure.
Oh my gosh. Yet another stream I have to nuke. Thank you very much. What did I say about watching it because my mom's watching it?
I don't understand. I know that they say the salmon skin is caused from the drivers.
Yeah.
So I think
But there's a lot of residual ringing in this.
Yeah.
I mean, now mind you, my Ultimaker has that problem, but it also has ancient drivers on it, so that doesn't help.
So I think if I switch out the drivers, which I'm going to have to save up for that, it's going to be a while before I can afford it.
Yeah, I want to put.
I got to afford wheel bearings from my car first.
After you put on what, $200 in tires?
150 something is what I spent for the two front tires yesterday, thinking that because they said that they were cupping, that I figured, okay, well that's probably why I'm getting that noise as I'm driving on the road.
Oh, that was really fun last night.
Yeah, and that mind you, that was after we got the new tires on there.
Yeah,
and then. So today, I go ahead and I pull the wheels off. I look at the brakes. The brake pads are like separating, and they looked horrible. So I thought, okay, well maybe that's what's causing it. So we took the rotors down, got them ground, went ahead and put new ceramic brakes on it, drove it. But But I notice when I go down the road, it'll go. So it's like you turn to the left a little bit, it quits, and you turn to the right, it gets worse. And I looked it up online. It's like, yep, that's a wheel bearing. So I just figure I'm going to replace both wheel bearings on it.
Because last night, which was his birthday.
Yeah, 45 years old now.
That was fun. It's okay, dude.
So it's already halfway over.
Oh, that's so wrong.
It is, isn't it?
I'm still about half your age, so I still got about a while to go to hit that.
Yeah.
About a quarter over at this point. Yippee. No, but last night when
I know I can't be 45 already, but I am.
And if you flip it, it doesn't
sucks.
help. If you old flip the numbers, it doesn't help. Like if you're in your 70s, if you're like 72 and you're like, I'm 27, doesn't work in this case. It actually makes it worse. That's the problem with being any number with 5 is it say you're like 55, you can't flip it. Say you're 56. Oh, that's even worse. Never mind.
Greg's taking off. Have a good night, Greg. Thank you very much for joining. Appreciate
Have a good one, dude. No, Teresa, this is, well, try and show you on the camera. It's probably not going to autofocus. No, it's not. But you can see.
Robert says, try 61, Sonny. Nope, not 30.
I'm pushing 30 soon, but not yet. No, you guys probably can't see it very well, but this thing on this part, not unless the print speed was way too high, it is really bad.
Yeah, but it'll work.
Yeah, I mean, it works.
The whole reason for it is just to do that.
And at the end of the
It'll
day,
work.
at the end of the day, it works. It's just, it's a bummer that the machine that used to print really good.
I got to
now
turn this
isn't.
around the correct way. There we go.
Wait,
Yeah.
this one down here.
You gotta, put the name,
We are printing with AMZ 3D on both of our G-Tech machines.
Yeah, you just picked up what, 2 rolls?
I actually picked up 2 rolls.
What color is that?
Gray on the left, mint green on the right. But it's all graded, Jimmy.
Yeah, it all looks great.
It's sad. But no, this should give you a better idea, Teresa, of what we're talking about with the surface finish. This is, oh, there you go. This was done on the Tornado as well. And this looks absolutely...
That was on the Flash.
Okay, never mind. This was done, it was all done on the Flash?
That was on the Flash.
Which one was this one done on?
That was on the Tornado.
Okay, never mind. The Flash is also giving us some weird issues as well that you can see on there. And it has, what, at least 2 perimeters?
Yeah, that was done before I put the new wheel on it.
True.
So I haven't tried it. In fact, I don't think I even told you yet. I went ahead and I changed out the wheels on it.
Right.
And I don't think I have I printed anything on it since then?
I have no clue. I have not had any time to print anything on it since then either.
I have not done anything on that one yet because...
Life.
Yeah. Because I went straight to trying to print stuff on the Tornado and had some major issues. In fact, it was the spool holder. This is the 3rd spool holder I have tried to print. And
it sort of kind of works.
The first one failed because the PEI decided that it didn't like being stuck down on glass anymore, so it started to bubble. And so then I'm like, okay, well, I just need to put a brim around it. So I put a brim around it, printed the second time. And it lifted, but when it lifted, somehow it started gathering on the hot end and just encased the hot end.
It was bad.
So the other night I went through and I went ahead and got that all removed, pulled the PEI off, and now it's straight up just glass.
View.
No, that's just straight up
straight glass?
There's glass with that
glue stick.
Glue stick.
I keep forgetting.
Honestly, the glue stick seems like it does about the best. I mean, for the money, you can't really beat it.
I was going to ask, if you're not using the Magic Goo, can I borrow it so I can try printing a Nylon X with it?
In the words of one of the guys I know at work, sure! Nah, go for it.
Okay. Because the one thing I cannot do with nylon is get it to stick to anything with any kind of luck. The only thing I've had success with is that Garolite material, but to get a piece big enough for my Ultimaker bed is just too expensive. which is really frustrating because it works really good.
Teresa says no skin. Nasty.
But yeah, that's what's up with that. So right now, my biggest focus is getting things printed before I drive down next Wednesday to go see my family, and then probably go see Ashley as well. So that should be fun.
What is this again?
This is part of the Mario Kart version of the OpenRC F1 car.
Ooh.
Ashley is a huge Mario Kart fan. She just about flipped out when she saw that. So what's printing on the, we'll show it at the end of the stream, hopefully, the A10M is I took the body shell, and I'm going to do a video on it in the future. I took the body shell into, shoot, brain fart. So tired I am. I took the body shell and the mesh gosh, this is embarrassing. Took the body shell and the mesh mixer.
Yeah.
Sliced it up into pieces, and now I'm printing it as a dual extrusion model from a single extrusion model.
Oh, really?
Yeah. These files, I decided we're going to keep them as one-offs just because why not? Because it's pretty, I'm going to show you how to do it, but I figured I wanted to make it a one-off model that we're going to use for filming, and then if I have time, I might make my own version of my own colors.
Yeah.
Which would be really cool, and then maybe meet up at like an RC car track or something and then race. That would be fun.
That would be really cool.
So, I mean, I figured why not take a really cool project, make it even cooler, and then incorporate the A10M in there. And yeah, we'll leave it at that.
That'd be cool.
That was kind of the thought process behind doing it as dual color. Otherwise, I would have just cranked out everything on my Ultimaker if I had time, which I don't. But I would have. Or I would have just thrown it on whatever other machine is here. But yeah, what I've got the because the problem is there's 3 body shell components, and because they're dual extrusion, they're easily about a 14-hour long print.
Okay.
So 3 times 14, that's a couple days of printing.
Right.
So, and being that I'm driving down in less than a week, I'm trying to like race to get things printed as much as I can while I'm down here.
Yeah.
So that way I'm not like trying to race to get things printed up at the house and things like that. So yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
That should be really fun. So the non-visual components like this, which is the front half of the chassis, does not need to be dual extrusion. It's just the body that you see. We're not going to have it running at all by Thanksgiving. We need to figure out the electronics and things like that. But I figure when I'm down over spring, between winter finals and spring semester starting up, in that time slot, unless something comes up and I decide to stay up here for work or something like that, I'm going to pretty much just work on getting all the components done. We can work on dry assembling it. Hey, look, it's done. And then in the future, we throw power into it. We'll have mine done, hopefully, and go off and do some fun stuff with it.
Yeah.
That would be really fun.
That'd be really cool.
Yeah. Because I've always wanted to make an F1 car. And then when I moved, the components kind of went.
Yeah.
And yeah. But hey, who's to say you can't make all the components, keep them in the box, and then pull them out when you're ready to go?
True.
So yeah.
That should work pretty good.
And also, it's a good opportunity to dial in the dual extrusion on there.
Yeah.
That's the big thing. That's the biggest thing that's tricky is it's a mixing head. So it's not easy. And then Jimmy goes, your retraction is wrong. And Jimmy was right.
Yeah. You had it, so what, 4.5?
4.5. That's what he is on my Ultimaker.
Yeah.
So that's my default. He said to go to 6.5, which works a lot better. And then I also turned off, I think it was the coasting feature or the wipe feature. I think I turned off both coast and wipe in Simplify 3D. And on that machine, it really helped clean up the retractions as well. On my Ultimaker, it's the opposite. It helps having that there.
Yeah.
But I think it's just one of those differing machines because it's a mixing head. You have the 2 filaments feeding in there. So you're constantly fighting one wanting to ooze. Yeah, it becomes kind of fun.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks like it's printing pretty good.
Yeah.
I'm trying to see if it's doing any of the string, but I don't see the string like it did earlier.
I mean, there's still string on there, but it's something that you can very easily hit with a piece of sandpaper or an X-Acto knife. Oh, yeah. It's gone. True. But I won't be having time lapses of every single one of the dual extrusion components. I'm probably just going to do one time lapse of one component. Because the reality is you don't need to see all 3 printing. And as it is, because it's a moving bed machine and it's blue and light mint green, I really don't know how that's going to show up on camera. And the time lapse is going back and forth really fast.
Yeah.
But yeah, Teresa, coast and wipe are a bit hit and miss. being that the A10M does not have its own profile set up in Simplify 3D, that doesn't help. I'm just importing the settings that I'm using from my Ultimaker and using that as my baseline.
Right. Yeah.
Well, that's good to know that
Calvin just keeps on going, woo!
That's how I stay awake. No, that's good to know about the mic.
Yeah, that's a pretty good mic. I didn't know how I would like a USB mic, but for this situation, I really like it. I like it a lot.
I mean, I'm used to my Snowball Blue, but the problem is it's huge. It's like
huge.
It's like as big as your AFO Fireball, plus it's on a stand.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a very, very nice microphone. Don't get me wrong. But now that I can do figured out how to do multicam in DaVinci Resolve, which I'm like, why didn't I figure this out sooner? I just record all my audio to my Tascam right here. And then from there, I just use the internal laptop microphone to record my audio for syncing.
Yeah.
It just syncs that. And then if I'm filming with my other camera, filming me talking about it, it all syncs up and just set in-out points and go, boop, 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 and I'm done. Very cool.
Do you see that post on the, I forget if it was on Twitter or Facebook, where somebody was talking about those fireballs? They're like, why would you spend money on something like that? Best thing to do is get a good fire alarm and a carbon monoxide detector. It's like, okay, that only works if you're home.
This is it's the equivalent of a fire sprinkler. It's a passive fire suppression device.
Hey, Chuck's in the house. How you doing, Chuck?
How's it going, Chuck?
This is get a snowflake. Smaller and even better than Snowball. That's cool.
That's good to know. What Jimmy normally does is he would actually take the audio out from his Tascam, run it into the microphone port on his computer, and then just use the speakers for audio. Works decent. It's just in my case, if I want to run headphones or something, I can't really do that. So I'm kind of stuck. So I'll tend to use my Snowball Blue, even if it is a little bit clunky. But it's a good microphone, and I'm not hating on it. It's just it's a little bit of a bummer that about a year or two after I bought it, you can get that for what? How much?
$27.99, I think they go for.
Yeah, so just about half the price of my Snowball, you can get a nice little compact microphone. But hey, that's the way things go.
Plus it looks just like what you see on TV whenever they're doing the congressional hearings.
Oh my gosh. You know what it reminds me of is when I was at, I forget, was it Thousand Oaks? No, it wasn't City Hall. I got an award from one of the supervisors who was actually speaking about the fire the other day in a press conference. And on the podium thing where she was speaking, it was this exact style of microphone.
Oh, really?
Yeah, not this exact one, but the same style with the little gooseneck and whatnot. So it's a very nice design because you can manipulate it as you need to, and then that bass could be a little bit heavier, but it's not bad.
That's it. Keep thumping against the desk. People are listening,
Rip headphone users.
Too late.
Oh, that reminds me of.
So Chuck uses he uses a Snowflake for all of his videos.
That's good to know.
Yeah.
One other thing that's an option is
hey, Nathan.
Yeah, what's up, Tony? Yeah, you could. I mean, the other option is, and I'm not going to slam it down, is you could always put, this is more like a neoprene back. You always put like a non-skid silicone surface.
The reason I quit it. Quit thumping the microphone.
So Nathan's saying, is this real life? Is this just fantasy with Calvin and Jimmy in the same room? We'll leave that up to your imagination to guess.
Yeah, it's real life.
It's real life. I came down.
Here, I have to prove it myself. Don't you dare.
I'm not. Oh my gosh. So 3D Gessner saying it's still good, even bumping it on the table.
Oh goodness.
Hey, it's kind of like the Tascam with auto levels, with like the clipping feature.
Yeah.
That does. I don't like using that all the time, but it does come in handy if I'm recording in an environment where the audio levels are going to change. Set it for the quiet environment. It auto lowers it for the noisy one. Usually does okay. But next best thing to having like somebody running around with a mixer. So.
Tony's running out to the garage.
Checking out something on the MMU2.
Cool.
Ooh, what you printing, dude? Tony's cool because he does. I don't know if he does all his 3D printing for model trains, but he has like an N scale 1/160th scale train layout.
Oh, really?
So I think he's 3D printing some stuff for it. So it's pretty cool.
Man.
Yeah. Being that I'm also into 3D printing and model trains, it's like, ooh, fellow 3D printing and model trains person. Nice.
Yeah.
Sorry, Teresa. Can't win. I do have to say, though, that A10 sitting on the floor is quiet.
It's a lot quieter on the floor than it is on this desk. The desk, I think, just amplifies the sound of it.
The desk is like a gigantic.
Which, with that said, when the TiVo Flash is up there,
You still can't hear it.
you can't. All you hear is just the fan. That's it.
And you might hear a little.
You don't even
The
hear that.
Well, you might hear a little bit of noise from the rollers, and that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Teresa. N-Gage is ridiculously fiddly and tiny. If you want to see really tiny stuff, go watch my interview with Tom Knapp with his NN3 models, which is 1/220, which is 1/160th scale on 1/220th scale track.
Oh wow.
It is ridiculously tiny. I mean, I was looking at this stuff like this is not for real. Like, oh, yeah, it's for real. And I'm like, I was seriously blown away. Plus the fact that he uses 3D prints as his masters, the burnout, and then cast.
Oh,
Yeah.
Teresa, the other day. Let's save it for my stream.
3D printer noob is saying if you think N is small, try Z. Yeah. Well, N is 1/160th scale. Z is 1/220th scale. It is like stupidly tiny. I mean, it is to the point where you're like, I've seen Z scale running on train layouts. It's really nice if you like really long trains, but it's like, no.
Hey, Bill, how you doing?
What's up, Bill? How's that 3D printing and casting going?
3D printer noobs in there? Wow.
Yeah.
How you doing, man? Long time no see. When do you bring him on here?
Oh, man.
Are you close to your camera where you can come on?
Oh, gosh, no.
Do it. Send him an invite.
We can do it through your account.
Huh?
We'd have to do it through your Twitter account.
Oh, okay.
because I'm not logged in on here.
Oh, that's fine.
So, 3D. Tony's saying he's trying to do a single color print. See if it's his filament. I'm fighting with it's just garbage. Yeah, that's hard. Yeah. You keep getting confused.
Am I?
Yes, it's
Okay.
not Malta Noob.
Oh, okay. Got it. Sorry.
Jimmy keeps. Remember when we had King Random on here and you thought it was Grant from the King of Random?
Yeah. In fact, what happened to him? I haven't seen him on here for a while.
I don't know.
Man.
People come, people go.
Yeah.
Although I will say, even though I'm still not a huge fan of Grant's channel, I do have to say I did find his video, mostly just because some of the stuff he does is to the point of ridiculousness, where it's like, did you guys run out of ideas or something? You know, sometimes you just watch this stuff and you're like, okay, cool, but you're way overplaying it.
The new guy though, he's doing a lot better.
He's way better.
He's done.
I'm not saying the new guy. I'm not saying Nate isn't good. Nate's actually a really good host. I'm saying some of the experiments, they draw it out so long. I'm like, okay, no. But I do have to say, I really actually did enjoy the video where they were making iron from rock.
I haven't seen that one.
That was actually really cool because they literally took rock and straw to keep the oxygen down so it wouldn't oxidize, and then they mixed in, I think it was like some sand or something as a flux, put it into a clay little furnace thing, and initially they were using some bellows they made in another episode, but then they switched over to an air blower because, let's face it, time. I don't blame them. It was taking all day anyways, but they actually made a sizable chunk of iron that then they could work in later episodes to turn it from cast iron into wrought iron.
Oh, really?
Really quite cool, actually.
That is.
That was cool. That I was like, wow, that's actually really neat. I'd love to try that sometime.
Yeah.
With like my oxyacetylene rig, that'd be cool. But yeah.
Cool.
Yep. So yeah, but you guys have anything else minutes, or do you want to just see me keep going until?
I think I'm crashing more than you are because man, today just was stressful. And then on top of that, go up there on my day off.
Oh, that was great. Here I am, Mr. Nice Guy, driving Jimmy up to the Salinas Sierra so we can get his brake rotors turned. That went fine until the fact that his counter girl is on lunch break, and then his other guy is handling like 10 other different things, and then there's like a line forming, and he's like, great. And I got, oh, great.
Here I am in my regular work clothes. I'm talking like
Not
beat up blue
dirty.
pants, black short sleeve shirt
With rust stains on it. Oh, it was bad.
I was working, man.
No, I'm not
My
saying.
hands are all dirty for working on the brakes. And here I am up there ringing customers up. Oh,
I felt so
God.
bad because I thought you were just going to get away with that one lady with the tires, and then there was someone else and something else, and I'm like, I'm just going to go to the car and wait. Standing around is not going to speed this up at all. Yeah, I just felt bad for you having to deal with all that, but
Hey, when you're the boss, you're the boss.
no, hey, and I gotta hand it to you though for doing that on your day off. Though that was, you had to do what you had to do.
Technically, you're never off whenever you're the manager.
No, definitely not. And hey, I'll put it this way: just think, any one of those people could turn into, until it closes, a repeat customer because you took the time.
Dude, what was
ring
that
up.
you just said under your breath? Hold your tongue. Trying to make a living, man. Trying to put me off a job already?
No.
Totally closed.
Well, I'm not going to repeat what you told me earlier. That was information about stuff, but yeah.
I will.
Well, it's one thing if you say it. I don't want to get you in
Guy
trouble.
straight up came over yesterday. He's like, "Oh, by the way, congratulations." I said, "On what?" "Oh, yours was in one of the stores that closed up this week." What? Closed up 41 stores this week. And I'm like, I didn't even hear about it.
Yeah, no, I don't want to. I don't want to say anything that's not supposed to be public knowledge. That's
This
why I
was
say-
put this way. Has anybody noticed how gray my hair's getting all of a sudden?
and
The
this,
next haircut I get is going to be a lot grayer.
and the sad thing is, poor
Oh.
Jimmy's running around trying to find Plan B, C, D, and E, and none of
Nobody's
them-
wanting to play.
which is the frustrating part.
Yeah.
But
Oh, what can you do?
so three.
There's
So
always Kern Street.
don't even go there. I am not going to answer what that means in the chat, and you're not going to answer that either. Heck no. So
I think everybody's got one of those streets. They know what I'm talking about.
So Tony's saying Calvin gets huge discount on welding supplies at Sears. Actually, no. I go to
Nope.
Air Gas, and if I'm lucky, my buddy Sal is working over there. He's the manager over there, and let's just say he cuts everybody a deal. He's awesome.
That's cool.
Literally, I go in there. He's like, "Oh wait, what do you need, boss?" I'm like, I need a ground clamp. How many amps? 100 and below. Turns out the one that I got, I think, was like, I forget if it was rated for like 150, 100 amps. Whatever. It's a 90 amp flex core welder, so it didn't matter. Anything beat the piece of crap that was on there. You could have taken the bare ground wire, wrapped it around there with a little bit of electrical tape, and had a better ground than what was on there before. But he hooked me up with that ground clamp for like $2 under, out the door, $2 under what the list price was online.
That's good.
He's like, how's $650? $675, like 7 something with tax. I'm like, dude, that's perfect.
Man.
I'm like, wait. So that whole ground clamp thing cost under like $15 to replace, even if you bought the stuff retail.
How much can you get about 25 foot of oxyacetylene hose?
Oh, I don't want to know. That stuff's not cheap. Probably at
I
least
know.
$50.
Is it?
I'd have to call and ask.
Yeah, I think we'll have to start looking on eBay. I don't know if you ever seen my oxygen settling back there. I gotta get a new hose. It's got a couple holes in it.
I was gonna say there's Air Gas is like 15-minute drive from where I live now. If you need me to go over there and pick it
I
up,
know.
I can.
I've got an account with
Praxair.
Praxair.
Okay.
So
Air Gas is like the main one. We also have a Praxair, but Air Gas tends to cater more to the welding students and stuff, which is really
Yeah.
nice.
I'll probably hit
So-
up a flea market and see if I can find some. I don't need a whole lot of it.
You
I
don't
don't need it to last a long time either.
you don't need 150 foot of hose.
No, just 25 is fine.
Yeah, because I think when I bought my 25 foot hose, I think it was at least like 30 or 40 bucks.
I think the hose we got now is the one that came with a cutting torch.
Oh my gosh.
So this has been a while.
Yeah, the hose on mine was just too.
Have they ever improved the one from Harbor Freight, the cutting torch set? Because I got one from them one time. I ended up having to take it back because the thing just did not work.
I don't know. I do not have the cutting head. If I'll put it this way, if somebody gave me a gift card to Harbor Freight to buy one of those, I would totally buy one.
Yeah, I would too because they look really cool anymore.
Yeah,
I just don't know if they improved them.
at
Surely
about
they
50
did.
bucks, it's worth it. I actually picked up one of the Rosebud heads, but it was only like $6 or $8 with a coupon. I picked up one of those thinking it would fit my torch, but mine has some weird threading that's non-standard.
Do you have Lincoln?
I have
A
a
Victor?
Victor,
Yeah.
but the thing is, it's a jewelry torch, it's a small,
Oh.
compact one. I got it as part of the $15 regulators and thing deal, torch deal, so I'm not going to complain. But yeah, that's the only bummer with it is the nozzle threading is like different because I actually bought a nozzle once thinking it would fit and it didn't, so I just returned it. But it's a nice torch though. I like it because it's small and it's really lightweight. So what I'll usually do is I'll just run the hose over my shoulder, take the weight off, so I can just work without the hose trying to yank my arm down.
Right.
I do the same thing when I'm TIG welding. I run the cord over my shoulder, so
Yeah.
you don't have, especially if it's a water cooled, you're not having to go on.
Yeah, but back when I used to oxyacetylene welding, that's why I'd always bring it over my shoulder, and then you hold it like a pencil.
Yeah, it works really nice.
Yeah.
So Tony is saying, no, I'm sticking with the stock piece of firmware until I make sure I have all the mechanical issues sorted, or at least eliminated as the source of my problems. Very, very, very good advice from Tony right there about how to diagnose a problem one piece at a time, or you'll never know what went wrong. You'll never know how to fix it in the future.
Bill says, at least I have hair. So far.
Oh gosh. So 3D Gessner is asking, how do you prepare for Black Friday? Unplug the internet, hide credit cards, let someone change all your shop passwords. Nah, you just come to the realization you don't have money to buy it and you don't buy it.
No, that's where everybody just uses all the credit cards, charge them all up, and then January 1st they go, what have I done?
I don't do that. Although I will say I am going to keep my eyes out for Printed Solid to see if they have any deals on their quote budget PLA. I forget what the actual name of it is, but they do have low cost PLA, and that's actually what I printed up the helmet in. And I have to say, it actually prints really nice. I'm quite impressed with it. Because in the past, I've tried budget PLA from other companies, and it's just been garbage. So to actually find a budget PLA that's like $30 shipped to my door for 1,000 grams is actually a really good deal.
Risa says she's got a fuzzy kitty shedding all over her.
They're 3D prints of lint rollers.
Ooh, that's not a bad idea. Well, the only bad thing about 3D printing a lint roller, how did you have to go buy the stuff for, right?
Right, but the handles are usually garbage.
Are they?
Some of them.
All the ones I've always got from the Dollar Tree seem like they work about as long as the tape lasts.
Yeah, it depends. I mean, sometimes it's sad that the stuff at the Dollar Tree works better than the name brand stuff.
Did I ever show you what I put inside that deal up there?
That,
You know what that is, right?
um,
It's baling wire that I took and I twisted with a drill
uh-huh.
and then taped it.
Nice. Oh, so that's what gives,
That's what gives it the rigidity.
that is really smart. Because I was going to say, it's not that rigid by itself. We're talking about the lock line.
Easy, Calvin. I thought you were supposed to keep this a clean stream this time.
So Tony's asking recommendations for quality filament North America to use in the MMU2. Printed solid budget PLA. I'm serious. I printed, each half of that helmet was almost 24 hours long. It was pretty, yeah, it was long.
Yeah.
So literally over 20, almost one half was 26 hours. The other one was about 20, I think like 20, 22 hours, 19, 20 hours. But literally I'm talking, I printed one half, the machine stopped, I came home, I pulled it off the print, whoop, go back on. I'm dead serious. I did no nozzle cleanings, nothing, and I've run a whole bunch of other stuff, especially through a 0.3 nozzle. Still works fine.
Yeah.
The only time I had a problem with my 0.3 nozzle is I believe a lot of dust got on the filament because the room that the machine's sitting in is really dusty, and you got a fan blowing in there and everything like that. Does not help. I think I got a lot of dust into my nozzle that burnt in there and caused a clog, but I haven't had what I would call directly a filament related clog. So if it was going to clog, it would have clogged a long time ago. And also, I just never clean my nozzles, which I know I should do, but I don't. And I'm really bad about that.
I used to really like the Shaxson filament from Fry's until I started using the Hatchbox and the AMZ3D. AMZ3D and Hatchbox are neck and neck. And I mean, both of them are pretty good as far as printing temperatures and not having real issues when it comes to clogging and all that. Where the Shaxson, I used to get some pretty major clogs.
Well, the problem is when we were doing the purple pink Harry Lion, the Hatchbox, I think it was the pink.
Yeah.
That one was weird because we had to crank the temp up to at least 230 to keep it flowing.
Hatchbox prints at about 10 degrees more than what AMZ 3D prints at.
And AMZ 3D likes to print around 2.5 to 215 range.
Between 200 and 205 is where I normally print, depending on the printer. The Meat Creator 2 prints at a higher temperature, I think, than the most of them. So actually, sometimes I even go 195 on it.
So Tori's asking, he looked at the printed solid to try. He's used IC3D, and it seems pretty good. Protopasta is too expensive. Yeah, Protopasta is nice, but it's really expensive. But then again, they're more of a specialty filament company, so that's what to keep in mind. I've used Matter Hacker's Budget, the Build series, PETG. I'd never buy that stuff again in my life. The roll that I got was just absolute garbage. And I ended up having to just throw it out and buy some Protopasta HDPLA to get the camera rigs done in time for Bay Area Maker Faire, which I was not very happy about, but oh well. I've never used any more of the Matter Hackers Build series, but I've heard from various people it's actually not that great. I, though, would recommend looking into the printed solid stuff. I've ordered a ton of stuff from Matt in the past. He's a really good guy, and I trust him on it. So that's just me. And obviously everybody might have a different experience, but that'd be my experience.
I agree with Nathan. I have never had luck with PETG either. PETG has been really. I've had one time I used some. What was that? I don't have it. It's probably in that box over there. But it was Esun had some black PETG I used one time, and it worked pretty good.
Yeah.
And then I let the roll get too much moisture to it, and I was never able to get the print right.
This stuff was actually contaminated out of the box. Like the filament itself was contaminated, and that was the end of that. I personally still don't get why. I would rather print an ABS over PETG any day.
Yeah.
Now the only exception is Essentia Materials PCTG, which is not polycarbonate. It's a variant of PETG. It actually prints way nicer and way better. The only problem is it really likes to weld itself to build tack. But I wonder if it would do better on PEI because it's not as sticky.
Maybe.
Pretty.
Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, at the end of the day, I've even used Esun, which is pretty decent in my experience. I mean,
really does make some pretty good. I should buy more of it than what I've bought. But yeah, I'm here lately though because of the price and everything. I usually go with the AMZ 3D.
Well, also it helps that you magically just get boxes of AMZ 3D showing up on your doorstep. That helps.
Yeah, it does. They're good to me.
They're very good to me.
They're good people.
Very good people. Yeah,
they are the one company that has supported my channel for some time now, and I can't thank them enough for it.
And honestly, I mean,
but I also buy as much or more than what they ever send me to. That's a mutual. I really like the filament.
No, yeah, and I know that feeling. Even if I got stuff for free.
I mean, you bought this, right?
Yeah, actually bought that.
How's it printing?
Great.
And that's the reason why I keep buying it.
Yeah,
Because for the price,
it's
I
a
have
deal
yet to find anything different that works as good.
because Ashley was getting a
Now,
little.
I do want to try some of that new Amazon filament. I don't know who makes it, but I want to try a roll of that and give that a shot.
That'd be fun. What I was going to say is Ashley was wondering like who to get for filament. I'm like, quite honestly, if you're just going to be making prints, especially when you're starting out, because you know when you're starting out, I'm like later on you're more than welcome to go buy some really expensive filament for a specialty project. But when you're starting out, get good quality, low cost filament because you are going to have fails. If you're practicing print finishing, you're going to want stuff that, you know, for the price of $20 on about $20 on Amazon for a kilo of 1.75 filament.
Kilo.
That is a deal.
Yeah.
Really good deal. And we're not talking it's like mediocre quality filament. No, we're talking this is good quality filament. You know, for the price, it's quite underrated, to be perfectly honest, which is kind of a shame. That's just the way it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bill, sometimes the autofocus goes a little bit funky.
Did it?
Yeah. It goes out of focus and comes back in.
I don't know why it does that.
I don't like that.
I hate this camera sometimes. It works really, really good, but it has its moments. Let's see. There we go. Advanced.
Mm-hmm.
There we go.
Yeah. Bye-bye autofocus. We don't need you.
Bye-bye autofocus. Bye.
Bye-bye.
That should fix it.
There we go. The camera that I got that Uncle Jesse for real post on Twitter posted the link to eons ago. It's nice because it's a manual focus.
Yeah.
So once you set it, it's set. So it's either a blessing or a curse, but it's a blessing for me.
Well, that's one thing I want to do is I want to get another one of these cameras for up here. That because I think it'd be a tighter view. Because this thing here, you can see the floor all the way around the table. I don't like that. And I mean that's bringing it down closer to the table.
Yeah.
I'll have it sitting right there, and it'll still catch everything. It's like, man, I hate that.
Yeah. 3D Gessner is saying because Calvin is moving so much. Yes, that's probably half the problem.
I know.
Sorry.
Yeah, no yawning.
No, I gotta be up early to go up to San Jose for the work session.
Yeah, I got to go ahead and edit a video since we cut the stream. So we might as well
I got to finish working on the helmet for tonight.
Yeah.
I think what I'm going to do at this point, I've put in enough work getting the helmet ready. Like I said, it's not going to be, oh my gosh, this is amazing quality. It's going to be a good quality helmet, but you kind of have to draw the line between the amount of time you put into it and what you feel the end product should look like.
Yeah.
That's kind of like this line I've been walking with the project, but I said to myself, you know what? I think it's to the point where I think it looks good enough. Ashley's more than thrilled with it. I'm going to come along. I'm just going to wet sand it and call it good. Give it multiple coats of the final coat of paint so it blocks, which is going to be this really beautiful Rust-Oleum metallic blue. It does not, it's like a really dark blue with like it looks almost like automotive. That's the closest that we could find.
Yes, Nathan, you totally missed it.
Sorry. The video drops for it tomorrow, so you guys feel free to check it out. This is the Gazer Raya helmet from, I believe, the Gazer Beam, my bad, from the movie The Incredibles. Ashley was wondering if I could print this, and it does. I got to be careful because I need to epoxy it, but it does fit me. It's pretty cool. In here is supposed to be red, something like that. But the color of it in the rendering is this blue. And then this text right here, we're going to go over that with Rub-n Buff, what color? Like dark silver, almost like a bronze-ish color. So that should look pretty cool. But, I mean, overall, if the helmet is not perfect, it's more or less a good learning experience for both of us because this is the first time I've ever done a helmet. So just be really careful because I need to epoxy it still.
Yeah.
Have you ever messed around with that 3D Gloop stuff?
With what?
3D Gloop. It's
3D Gloop.
It's glue designed specifically for PLA.
No.
Actually, it works really good. This is a sample I got. It was pretty much pay the shipping on it, which was like $2 or $3, and you got it for free. They gave you a lot for a sample.
Really?
I mean, honestly, I almost feel bad buying this because it's like I would have bought this for $5. It's like probably all I'm going to need for a long time.
Hey, so Tony's asking if are you going to make a LED cyclone eye?
I'll have to talk to Ashley about that. I'm kind of seeing this helmet as it's sort of the Gazer Beam helmet, but then maybe we kind of put our own twist on it. Yeah, Bill, it works really well. When I saw that they had that promotional thing where you just paid the shipping and got a sample, I'm like, well, hey, if it's garbage, what's the big
Is that
deal?
the one that Joel used on that? Okay.
What I did with the helmet, I'll explain to you guys, is this had to be split into 2 pieces to fit on the Ultimaker. So what I did is in Mesh Mixer, I designed it so there are 3 pinholes here, on this side, and in the center right here. So do we have the dowels lying around?
Where did you put the dowels?
They're somewhere around here.
Oh, God.
You're feeling like me right now. You kicked the tripod.
Did I?
Yes. It's okay.
Here. We're in California.
Ah, I didn't do this! So what I did is I grabbed more than I needed for future projects and train stuff, but I used 1/8" wooden dowels as alignment pins to line everything up for the model. It was not a perfect alignment, but it really helped when I was gluing it. Oh my gosh.
Quit it.
So sadly what happened on the model is when it was printing, the back half, I didn't have the bed low enough. So the back half of the print actually warped up by about 1/16 to 3/32 of an inch. So I had to fill that in with wood filler. But having the pins there made gluing it a lot easier. I still had to do some manual alignment, but it also just makes the helmet stronger. So what I'm going to do off camera is I'm going to come along with some 5-minute epoxy and just brush it in on the inside here to just strengthen the seam. You don't happen to have any fiberglass cloth, do you? I literally need just enough to run like a little seam in there.
I used to, but I don't think I do anymore.
Don't worry about it.
Best thing to do is go up to Walmart. Go up to Walmart to the section where they have the Bondo over in the automotive. You can buy a sheet of it for like $5 or something like that.
I've got a lot of sheets of it down in Thousand Oaks.
Oh, okay.
It's not a big of a deal. I was just thinking it wouldn't be a bad idea to do that.
You know, I don't have a 3D pen. Do you have a 3D pen?
I have a 3D pen.
Oh, okay.
I had actually thought about doing that to fill the gap, but then I decided, you know what? I'm just going to stick with wood filler for now, but that is a really good idea, actually. I did not. I said seam. It's got to be the microphone.
Oh, wait till next week.
Oh my gosh. No, that is, though, a really good use of a pen, and I eventually want to do that. It's just, quite honestly, because PLA sounds like garbage. It's not worth it. No, I mean, well, Teresa, the model would be glued together. This is just for filling in ridiculously wide gaps.
Yeah.
So you're practically TIG welding it shut. You're like, like that.
I've only seen 2 people that can actually use a 3D pen to any success, and that is my friend at work, Josh. And what is that one gal that does 3D pen videos on YouTube?
Like the Rainbow
Girl?
Yeah.
Yeah. She's the only other person I know of that can actually do something with a 3D pen. Those are the only 2 I've ever heard of that actually had great success doing actual 3D printing with pens. But otherwise, like you said, repairing prints, stuff like that, you really can't beat it.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, I would still glue the model up, but yeah, if you wanted to. The only thing is, PLA sounds like garbage. So.
Teresa says, play the microphone. It's that lift that he's got.
Oh yeah, no, I have one. I'll leave it with you so you can mess around with it. I never use it, to be honest.
Yeah,
I'll make sure to leave it behind. But yeah, no, I just decided for the sake of ease here, I wanted to use wood filler because that's the fastest. Because the reality is, I don't have much time to work on this thing, and I've already put way too much time into it. But it's going to be worth it. You could use a 3D pen to make a 2D model. Oh gosh.
Yes.
People do that. They'll actually take and like and work out the design on whatever, like glass or something, and then
Well,
we'll peel it off.
What Josh will do is he will take and he'll draw out whatever it is, and and they'll actually go up a little bit, and then when he puts them together, he'll take and he'll put it together, and then he'll glue them together using the 3D pen.
Well, that makes sense.
So he'll make a lot of the pieces on flat surfaces, and then in the end, put it together.
Kind of like origami it.
Pretty much.
That's pretty cool. Or like those fold together models that are now becoming a thing. Those are cool.
I would show you what he built for me, but I dropped it a while back, and I never told him I dropped it. And if he finds out, he will kill me.
That is sad.
He's Canadian, so the thing about Canadians is they're like really, really cool until you make them mad, and then they like. But they do it with a smile on their face, and they apologize afterward.
Oh god. That explains Linus.
He's good people.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm crashing fast.
Well, let's do it. You got your own little thing to do here, and I gotta edit a video so that I can get something up on YouTube before they shut my channel down.
Oh, come on.
I don't care what Angus says. You gotta put something up on YouTube, or they go and they shut you down, man.
More like all your subscribers run away, then they shut you down.
No, they don't. They don't make your subscribers run. Well, they make your subscribers run away. They just turn around and just, oh, that person doesn't want to watch that channel no more. Oh, that person. I honestly think that's what they do.
I think so too. All right. Well, thanks again, guys, for popping on. Sorry if I'm like out of it today.
Canadians kill politely. Yes, they do. Hey, buddy. Sorry I gotta do this, but sorry if that hurt. But person's gotta do what they gotta do, right?
Oh, gosh. Okay. Teresa says we need to go to bed. Yeah. I need to go to bed.
We do. Guys, thank you very much for joining. We'll catch you next week over on my channel. Till then,
peace.